Hi there, Trey.
Hi, how are you?
Good to see you. Thank you for joining me on this conversation about your work. I'm really glad to tell everybody about the pieces you've been making for this show and what you've been doing. And just to introduce you to everybody a little bit I just want to tell everyone you're Trey Hoffmann, and you've been working at the studios and in your own studio for a long time, making gorgeous work and using a myriad of materials. And I've just admired the way that you just have so much curiosity and interest in like investigating different materials and what they can do. And so for this exhibition, the assignment was to do wall work, a very large installation, and something hanging from the ceiling, and you did that. So anyway, we're standing in front of one of your installations, and I'm panning to show you that. And so tell us about this installation and what you did here.
So this piece came about when back during COVID. I would take walks just to get out of the house, and there was this wall of like flowering vine, and then a freeze came and kind of just froze all the flowers, and the vines were like left partially still alive. But over time, throughout the pandemic, I would walk by this wall, and these flowers would slowly start to decay, but they would still stay on the vine, and so you would end up seeing the infrastructure of the flower. So that's kind of how this came about, and so that I started using Tyvek, which I haven't really used Tyvek that much, and I thought that this project would be a really good medium for this to do, because I can do it on a larger scale, and I've done a little bit of it before, but it was like with an iron and stuff. On these pieces, I took a heat gun and heated them more and stretched the Tyvek around these wires.
So awesome. Okay, so let me get a close-up of that.
And then I took Tyvek and I layers and layers of Tyvek.
And so you built these wire structures yourself?
First, yes.
Okay.
And then I wrapped the Tyvek around it and then heated it, and then kept adding more Tyvek and heating it, and then even adding zip ties. Some places you can see where it gives it a kind of like more skeletal look to it. But anyway, it kind of makes me feel like it has a frost look to it, or or a skeleton type. Where the flesh is coming away from the skeletal.
They're really gorgeous. And these shapes kind of remind me of a flower a little bit.
Yes.
It's not like, they're structural art pieces, but just you saying that story brings to mind that flower idea.
So I used commercial Tyvek, and it has copy on it. There's other types of Tyvek that are just white and stuff, but I thought the challenge of having the Tyvek with the copy on it.
Right.
And I kind of like the way it turned out, but then I put the paint on it.
Right.
But you can still see pieces of the
you
copy,
see little
the
bits
blues and
of the oranges. Yeah.
So I thought that kind of enhanced it as well.
What do you think about these incredible shadows that it's creating?
A lot of people have commented on the shadows. I think the shadows add to it.
It just really
makes
does.
It even more 3D. And, I just love the way it plays off the wall.
And just having the space to do this and install them, you can't really get that in a studio necessarily, right? So seeing it all come together here. Fantastic. All right, so we're going to stop the video here, and we're going to move over to your other piece.